Hello guys, my name is Gavin, and this will be a tutorial on how to spawn an object at the position of the mouse. I will be using some Python, and I'm just going to get started. To start off, let's double click the A button and hit X delete, and go from defaults to game logic, and go from Blender rendered to Blender game. Alright, let's do spacebar and then add a plane right here in the middle. And I'm going to scale this up by let's say S10, like that. We got a pretty sizable plane. And just like in the last one, let's do spacebar and then add a torus, because that's typically the type of object I like to use for this kind of mouse position stuff. Let's add a new material. Let's make it blue. Let's right click on the plane, add a new material, and I'll make it red, like this. Alright, let's right click back on our torus. I just want to drag this in. Sorry about this. There we go. It took longer. With our torus selected, let's do objects snap cursor to selected. And let's do spacebar and then add a empty, like that. And I'll just add an empty cube and place it just above your torus. Then shift and right click on it. Hit Control P. You don't have to go into wireframe. That's just what I did. So if I move the torus around, we should see that the empty follows. Alright. Actually, I'll right click back on my empty really quick and I'll just see no collision. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that was right. Alright. I'll hit 7 to go in the top view, and let's right click back on our torus. And what we're going to do like the last time is have a mouse sensor, or an always sensor first. A mouse sensor. This one will be with, let's say mouse over any. I'll name it to mouse lowercase. Let's keep that. And let's add a controller in Python right here and connect it. And let's do templates, Python, and game logic simple because we need to write a little bit of code for it. Delete the portion that I have highlighted. And hit Control and scroll up on your mouse to make your text larger. I'm going to rename this as scripts.py, like this, and add that right here. Alright, let's then rename this, let's then get the mouse sensor into our script by doing mouse is going to equal const sensors mouse. Let's make the mouse visible by at the top of the script doing from BGE imports render.show mouse and then 1. So we should see that if I hit P to play, the mouse is visible on the screen. Alright, below this, what we're going to do is have if mouse.positive, or essentially saying if our mouse is hovering over the plane in the background, we're going to have own.world position, or the torus's position, is going to equal mouse.hit position, like that. So we should see the torus follows the mouse like this. Alright, that's good. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our second layer, so click right here where I'm circling with my mouse and go into the second layer. Let's do spacebar and then add a cube. This cube object, I'm going to scale it down just a little bit. And if I can drag this out. Alright, drag it out. I'm going to rename this as cube right here. So the real name of our cube is now cube. I'm going to add a material to it, and let's say it's yellow. Alright, I'm going to go back into my main scene, or back into layer 1, sorry. And on our empty object, what we're going to do is I'm going to shift and right click it with the torus. And I'm going to add a sensor mouse on our torus. I'm going to name it as click, like this. Click the tap button. And connect it to our Python controller. What we're going to do now is on our empty object, add an edit object actuator. I'll rename it to spawn object or something like that. I'll put the time as 50. And I'll put cube lowercase because that was the name of the object in our second layer. And I'll connect it to our Python script. So the 3 sensors, the Python script, and then from the torus to the empty object, the edit object actuator. Alright, I'm then going to, inside of our script, define the spawn objects, actuator, and the click sensor. So click equals const.sensors, click, and then spawn object going to equal const.actuators, spawn objects, like that. What we're going to do now is if our mouse.positive, we're going to have if click.positive, const.activates, spawn object. So if I hit 7 to go in the top view right now, I'll drag this in, and I hit P to play. You can see every time I click, it's going to add a yellow cube wherever wherever my mouse is. And as you can see right now, they delete after a little bit of time, and that's because inside our edit object actuator, we set the time to 50, or at least that's what I did. So yeah, guys, that's how you spawn an object at the position of the mouse. Pretty useful.